Hi everybody, welcome back to the Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz. Jack and Letty are at their place in Lake Jackson. We're doing the social distancing thing, so we're in my kitchen. This is in my little apartment kitchen. Forgive the mess. Don't look at the dishes too much. So we're going to keep trying to do this, man. I'm going to do it here from the house. I'm going to try to get this breakfast done for y'all, man. I went to the store. I couldn't find the stuff that I wanted to get, so I'm going to try to make it with what I have. I've heard good stuff about it, so I want to try that out. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell for notifications, man. Like, I forgot which corner it's in. Should be in that one. But, yeah, man. And then share this if you want to help, man. Like I said, everything we do is super cheap and usually very easily found, especially during the lockdown stuff. So if you think this could help somebody, be sure to share it, man, and let's get into it. So my local was out of bread, so I got these English muffins. I've heard a lot of people talk good about them. Never had them, so we're going to try those. I need a couple eggs, 2, 4, however many you're going to make. Some kind of cheese, and you're going to want some breakfast sausage. I got mine frozen. I'll explain to you why that's a good thing here in a minute. And so you get this frozen sausage. This is very hard, very frozen. It makes it easier to cut. If you don't, it's going to get squishy. It's like a hamburger tube, whatever, so it gets you either a serrated knife or like a big sharp knife to cut it into those thick things. Now, here's a hack that I only recently found. See these lines? This is where you're supposed to cut it to where it's all uniform patties, man. Like, I usually use like twice as big, but this is what we're going to do today because we're making this sandwich thing, right? So just take it and just, see, get a good knife, it'll just cut off there. Like, I just cleaned this, so don't worry about it too much. We just set those up there. But I'm only making this for me, so I'm going to use like half of this, and I don't even need like half of that. So just go ahead and just cut it down the lines. Now, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of it, put it in the freezer, reuse it, put it in a Ziploc bag, just this part here, and be sure to take it, put it in there. Now, what I should have done was taken this and put a line down it before I cut it, because it's frozen, but I didn't, so I'm going to try to do a reasonable facsimile when it's here. Just reach and peel these. It doesn't want to cooperate, man. Look, it should come off relatively easy, as long as it's frozen, right? If it's not, it's all squishy and shit, so that's why I froze this. It's so much easier to handle and pull all this stuff off. Make sure you get all the bits out of it. You don't want to accidentally cook pieces of it and throw that shit away. So now you got this. You need to get your skillet, right? Well, hold on. I forgot about the nipple here. Always uncover the nipple. Free the nipple. It's harder to do. Like when it's soft, you just poke a hole in it and it'll break the suction. It's frozen. It's just stuck in the creases, man. So you just gotta cut on it. So now you got that part. You got your skillet. Put it about medium high, man. This is an electric one, so it's a lot different. So just throw these in here, space them out, put the meat on the metal. Try not to stack them up on the side. If you run out of room, like you need to do more, yeah, put them around the side. They'll cook. When you flip them, be sure to just alternate them back and forth. Right? So these have been going for a little bit. They're starting to turn that grayish brown color. You're going to want them actual brown, man. So just flip them, use your fingers. The top part is still like half frozen, so it's not going to burn you. Is what I was hoping. So you let those start cooking, right? Let them cook on that side just a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Once this grease starts coming out, you flip them over. They're not quite brown, right? You get all that grease. That's what you're hunting for. You're going to use that to cook your egg, man. So just kind of move all your meat to one side. Oh, there's so many jokes I want to make about that. But I got my secret weapon up there, my paper towel, whatever. Actually, that's my spoon race. And now that you made this, all stoves are going to be uneven, and there's absolutely no way to make them all even. So just try to find the side that'll hold the most grease, where the grease runs to, and put it over there. Now, you use 2 hands, or you use 1 hand if you're a specialist to get that egg done. Now try to fold it down, like you don't want it run. Like if I'm just making regular eggs, I don't mind if it gets out the side, because that gets kind of crispy, kind of crunchy and stuff. People dig that. I'm not a fan, but this, you're trying to wad it up, right? So you try to get that grease around it, cook it. Make sure your meat isn't all piled up. But you try to keep that egg in the small stacks. You got to put it on that English muffin. English muffin a little big. I'm used to using like the smaller biscuits for these, man. So it's a little different. So trying to fold this down, and I'm gonna let this one still be running. Man, this one's gonna be really bad running. Try to get more grease out of these, because I'm used to having like really cheap sausage, man. So it's like already like half an inch deep of grease. But oh yeah, sorry about the pain on my hands. Looks like I got beat to death. So just scrape those edges up, and you just want it to be like one little egg size. When that center piece right there starts getting like that thicker white,
You can see where it's getting cooked. That's where you're going to pay attention, man. It's already starting to turn white. You can't see underneath it. It's going to be solid. So right in here. That's what you're talking about. Like the outside, they'll cook fast. So get your meat. Make sure your meat's flipped. Like, you know, once your egg's in there, you're going to be paying a lot of attention to your eggs. Don't neglect the meat. Kind of like when you're in that first threesome, you know. It's like, yeah, you girls are awesome, but don't neglect the meat. So, sorry, that was out loud. Stir crazy. It's starting to drive me nuts. So now that you got this thick white stuff and it's kind of cooked, just take your spatula and just, as gently as you can, flop it over on his face. If you do that too hard, I didn't mean to drop it like that. It could pop that yolk under there and it'll be whatever. Like this is going to be like super over easy, man, where it's going to be runny. Just going to be over there for like 20-30 seconds at the most, and then you can go ahead and pull it out. It's only going to cook it a little bit. You can kind of feel it when you're cooking it. See how wiggly and stuff it still is. Let it cook for about 30 and then go ahead and pull it off. That's going to just cook the very bottom of that. It's going to leave the yolk really runny. See how squishy that egg is? Surprised these eggs held up. That one's ready to go, right? So you still got room in here. You still got grease. Go ahead and do the rest of your eggs. And the same one, I'm going to let this one go a little harder, make this one a little more firm. So again, it's going to run in, it's going to get under your stuff if you're not holding on to it. It's taking just batter all that stuff down there. So, like I said, we've done eggs before. This is a simple fried egg. And like I said, that one got a little harder. We're going to flip it down. We're going to let it down for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Let it cook, let it solidify. Meat's starting to get that brown. See, that's what we're talking about. That's the brown color that you want on your sausage. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. Try to get all 4 here because my big spatula, and I got 2. That's my life, man. Just always going for that extra banana. So put those over on your secret weapon over there. Your paper towel on. I guess just a regular plate. I don't do paper plates over here. I don't have money like that. So now you got all this extra room and that extra grease. You can do another egg, right? Now you're not getting a lot of extra grease, right? Because there's no more meat in there, and the eggs don't produce the grease. But if you put these in here, make sure to sift it. Hold the pan so it hold it. Like, if you're cooking regular eggs, you can let them touch. You can cook 2 or 3 at a time, as long as your spatula's big enough to flip them over, right? But when you're doing it like this for a sandwich, you want to keep them separate, man. So just kind of knock those edges around and keep them cooked. Now, keep it on this one. Like I said, it's been about a minute or so. But you want to keep it on there, kind of separate that grease where it just sit out there and scorch and burn. You gotta be careful of that. Now, once these are done, man, when you start getting this done, we're waiting on these, where they're starting to get solidified. Like I said, 2 minutes in, go ahead and pull this one out. But you need to start setting up your toaster, man. If you don't have a toaster, you can use stove, or you can use like a panini press, or you can use just a regular stove top if you got a gas one. I got a toaster one. That's my Darth Vader toaster. That's what I got. So go ahead and take your English muffins, cut them in half, right? Don't want to stick them in there. And then mine supposed to burn the word Star Wars in it, but I don't trust it. So I just pull them out as soon as they're done. There was only like a light toast. I don't like mine like dark, burnt, crunchy. Anybody knows it's that. So once you get it out, take that piece of cheese. I'm using Swiss, man. Then put your egg on top of that. Both of those will still be warm. And your sausage, so it'll kind of melt that cheese. But there you go. That's your sausage, right? Now you can take it and hit it with some kind of condiments. I use a lot the horseradish stuff, just a hint of that in there, especially because it's on my eggs. It's great. So there you have it, man. Breakfast thing. It was enough to feed 2 or 3 people, and it cost like $4 at the most.
And there you have it, man. Like, super simple, like, breakfast sandwiches. Cost you nothing. It's what I mean today. And we'll get into that, man. I hope this doesn't keep going on, man. This pandemic pantry shit we got going on, where I'm having to cook here at the house, not being over with my friends and getting this done properly. But this is what we got. Everybody, please stay safe. Wash your hands constantly. My fingers are constantly pruned because I'm washing every chance I get, man. Do your social distancing. That's my toaster going off of that last sandwich. We're going to get into that. Remember, you can find us on Facebook. I've been doing some live stuff over there, man, at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen there. You can find us on Instagram. Been thinking about doing some over there at Living Between. You can also find us on Pinterest. I've been putting some of our recipes over there to kind of help spread the word a little bit. And Patreon, you want to help us out? Appreciate it. We're about to add some more tiers to that, so we very much appreciate that. If not, we'll see you here on YouTube at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. We're here constantly, but we try to update Tuesdays and Fridays, but this might be a little wonky, what with the pandemic and the quarantine and the shelter in place kind of stuff. But hopefully Everybody staying safe. Everybody stay hungry. Get your food done. Let us know down in the comments if you change it. We'll see you next time.